Good day, everyone. This is Buying Internet Traffic on Investigation. I am Mark Ryan Talabis, the Chief Security Scientist for Zvelo. As you know, you can buy all sorts of things from the internet. You can buy drugs, you can buy credit cards, you can buy fake IDs, and, of course, the topic of our presentation, you can buy internet traffic. But what's the big deal about internet traffic anyway? Internet traffic provides impressions and clicks, which is the currency for the digital advertising industry. The more impressions and clicks you get, the more money you make. So, if it's that easy, can I buy internet traffic and get away with it? This is the question that's the basis of my investigation, which is codenamed the Bieber Project. The Bieber Project is a network of honeypot sites that I created to collect information. A honeypot is a tool that is purposely created to record information for analysis. A good analogy for this is a wiretap. The sites I made are equipped with code that records the characteristics of the browsers and even of the users visiting my site. The data collected by the code is then stored for further analysis. After building the honeypots, it was now time to entrap some of the vendors. I went around several black hat SEO forums and looked for vendors where I could find and buy internet traffic. And, it wasn't hard to find them. I found more than 30 and tried about 10 of them for this investigation. Prices are usually at the range of $5 per 10,000 to 25,000 impressions. Obviously, there's a bit more complexity that went on to this investigation, but for the purposes of brevity, let's dive into what we found. First, we found a lot of bot traffic coming from the vendors we bought traffic from. But how did we know that? I mentioned that we collected various data from the browsers, right? The clues are all there. Let's go through some of them. Some are pretty obvious, with user agents giving them away. Here, it's a bot called Mr. Sputnik. User agents are used to self-identify itself, so it looks like that these bots are pretty honest, broadcasting what they are. There's also a lot more suspicious information that served as clues. For example, the bots we found had no plugins, they had no MIME types, their viewport sizes were almost invisible, they had 0 page and mouse coordinates, and they had no product identifiers whatsoever. Additionally, using trends analysis, each page visits from the same host were way too fast, so it was impossible for a human to be browsing them. Also, it was kind of suspicious that most impressions I was getting from came from China, usually at the same IP blocks from similar providers. But we also found humans, who for all intents and purposes do not know they are visiting your site. Why is that? Impressions are delivered by putting your site in pop-ups, pop-unders, or frames that are served from various high-traffic sites. Let's go through some of the clues that led us to this conclusion. First of all, most of the traffic have viewports of 1 pixel. Your browser with 1 pixel would look like a tiny speck, so it's impossible for anyone to view it. This could mean that our site was included as a non-viewable iframe within the high-traffic partner website from the traffic vendor. Additionally, the window is not the active window, which means that they are behind the traffic window, which are typical characteristics of pop-unders. Finally, there's also a whole bunch of analysis that can be done by monitoring the behavior, such as mouse hovers, clicks, length of session, and even the words that the user highlights. This is to catch more advanced bots that try to replicate human behavior. But this is a whole new session by itself. So, back to our question then. Can I buy internet traffic and get away with it? Well, it depends. If an advertiser will audit the traffic and they know what to look for, like what we showed here, you will get caught. If they don't, or if they don't know what to look for, you won't get caught. And finally, the quality of traffic that you buy from a traffic vendor is also directly proportional to how much you pay for it. The lower the prices, you'll get bots. The higher the prices, you'll get frames, pop-ups, or pop-unders. And with that, some parting thoughts. For nearly a decade, Svelo has been the leading provider of contextual categorization and malicious detection for URLs for a wide range of datasets and attributes. That includes language, category values mapped to IAB taxonomy, malicious website detection, piracy, objectionable content, and more. We are currently building datasets for the ad tech market, including detection for ad fraud, ad viewability, named entity recognition, and sentiment. Thank you.